So you got your guns, you got your gear, you got your load-bearing vest, you got your plate carriers, you got your magazines, you got your first aid kits, you got all your crap. But now it turns out you need more than one. Maybe you need one for each member of your family, or maybe for your squad of buddies, or whatever your preparedness plans are. What do you do with them when you're not actually using them? Let's get organized. Hey, welcome back to another episode of The One Row. Today, I'm going to show you how I organize, or I'm going to organize my LBEs, my chest rigs, my plate carriers, all that kind of crap. So, anyway, before we get into it, if you end up enjoying this video, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and thank you so much to our Patreon community. Couldn't do this without you. Now, we've got magazines, we've got our firearms, we've got our pistols, we've got our pistol belts, we've got our LBEs, we've got our chest rigs, we've got our radio pouches and our first aid kits, and everything's organized. We have it just where we want when we're operating, as the cool kids say. And the reality is that's all good, but if you're like me, all of that stuff, when you're not actually putting it together or using it, sits in a pile. And what I mean is I do a chest rig, for example, load up with magazines, put a first aid kit on it, get it all ready to go. Boom, and I put it back into a Tupperware. But I found something on Amazon that I'm going to use to help organize my stuff. So one, I can assess what I actually have and don't have, what I need to pick up, what kit is ready to go for each of my fighting rifles, as it were. But yeah, so let me show you what it is. Basically, it's made of heavy metal pipe. It's supposed to support up to 200 pounds. It's only like 80, 100 bucks, something like that on Amazon. But let me show it to you. It's right here. Forgot to build it. Anyway, this is what I was talking about, and it is a big freestanding, it's got roller wheels, thing you can hang stuff on. So let me show you exactly what I mean by that, because this is going to actually be critical to getting my stuff organized. Okay, so these are heavy duty hooks, also purchased off Amazon. You know, it's so easy to get stuff off of Amazon. Anyway, they are heavy duty hooks. They've got little shoulder holder strap things, and these are perfect for holding LBE, body armor, plate carriers, chest rigs. I mean, whatever your stuff is, you can hang it off of here. It's got little clippy things underneath that you help secure it. They're very, very strong. They're, I think, reach rated to hold like 20, 30 pounds or something. It's made to hold scuba gear and or this kind of stuff. And as a demonstration, I recently picked up this chest rig off of Amazon. It is, I've never even tried it out. It still has a tag on it. It is a Helicon Tex mini rig. So the idea behind this one I think holds 2, 3, 4 magazines. It's got a one of the little front danglers, little small stuff, and maybe a radio. Put a little radio pouch on here. The idea of this would be if you were in a grid down situation and you are around your property. At least for me, it's a small property. If I'm out doing yard work, if I'm out doing gardening, if I'm out taking care of something, and I don't think it's going to be I don't feel like it's a critical thing to be loaded up, but I don't also want to be left empty-handed, I would carry like something like this, a mini rig where I'm holding just a couple of magazines plus my rifle slung up. I can do stuff. It's not too invasive, too big to kind of get stuff done. Or if I were working with like somebody who can't carry a lot of magazines, they just don't have the frame, like one of my younger teenage sons, for example, might wear something like this because that's the most that they can really carry. Now, let me show you how this sits on one of the hangers. Now, obviously, this rig isn't even loaded up yet with magazines or ammo or anything, but it literally just sits nicely on this thing. I can then load it up. I can actually know what's in this by looking at it. It's not buried under 6 other chest rigs or 6 other plate carriers in a Tupperware somewhere. It's actually available. I can see the status of it very, very easily and know it's right there. Now, I could probably fit, I've got 8 hangers on there. I probably could fit maybe another 2 on this, maybe 5 on that half, 5 on this half, and I think that would pretty much max this out. Now, it does have a 200-pound weight capacity, so I do have to be cognizant of that. I would be surprised if it didn't hold a little bit more, but again, if it does start to, it's going to start to sag. I mean, these are actual steel pipes. The thing I'm actually would be worried most about are the little caster wheels, if they're going to be able to hold that weight or not. One of the things that I think is important You know, a lot of us are really into guns, and that's cool, right? Like firearms are fun. We might end up collecting a lot of maybe ARs or pistols or shotguns, whatever your flavor of weapon is, and you buy one, and then you buy another, another. But you're not carrying the enough standalone logistical support for that weapon to be deployed by a person. What I mean by that is, if you have 5 rifles, you say you have 5 AR-50s, and some of you might say, why would you want 5? I'm just roll with me for a second. So say you got 5 AR-15s, and you plan on handing those out to people in your family in a disaster to help protect your property. Just as an example, I'm not really thinking through this. Just roll with me. Well, each one of those 5 rifles needs a certain number of magazines, a certain number of rounds of ammunition. It needs probably a chest rig or a plate carrier or some sort of way to carry a bandolier, some way to carry the ammunition and magazines for that particular rifle or shotgun or whatever. And there's this logistical tail needed for the deployment of each rifle. So if you have 5 rifles and you think you need to have 6 magazines spare plus one of the, so that's 7 magazines per rifle times 5 rifles, that's 35 magazines. Do you have 35 magazines, or do you have like 10? If you have 10, then you're really going to only be able to deploy maybe 2 or 3 rifles. In reality, you could potentially have like just some single magazines and rifles, just, I don't know, and hope you don't need them, need more than 1 magazine, which is just not realistic. But there's this logistical tail, and doing things like this helps to organize, to get your logistical tail under control. I know for me, my logistical tail is insane because I have a certain number of rifles. I have me and my wife have a certain number of kids. Many of you know we have like 6 kids in the house. So we have 6 kids, plus we have certain people that are supposed to come here in case of an emergency. So that adds 2, 4, 6 more adults, plus 1 more pseudo minor is 21. So now I have a lot of people who would potentially need kit, or some of them bring their own. But if I want to say, okay, I've got this many, I've got 2 9mm pistol caliber carbines that are going to go to this, one's to this person, one to this person. Then I've got a couple ARs to go to these people, et cetera, right? Then I need to have chest rigs set up in a 9mm pistol caliber carbine configuration, not ones that are built for ARs, which they actually sell MOLLE pouches for, 30 round pistol caliber carbines for the Glock pistol caliber carbines, or the Scorpions, or whatever probably would fit there. But the point is, you have to think through the logistics of how these would actually get deployed. And there's a lot more to it than just simply saying, I have all this ammo, I have all these magazines, I have all these guns. How are you going to use them? You got to prepare yourself, prepare your family, prepare the logistical tail, the logistics. So I'm demonstrating to you, I don't have it yet. I mean, I could pull out maybe 1 chest rig that's actually kitted up and fully ready to go. The rest are in various states of disrepair. I could pull out some, and I've scavenged first aid kits off of this one to put on that one to try something, and it's a mess. So this is my effort to clean up my mess, because again, I'm not coming to you from a place of expertise or perfection. I'm coming to you with that I'm passionate about this. I'm on a journey, just like many of you are, to try to be more prepared, to be ready for things that may come across my path and affect me and my family and my city and my state and my country. Anyway, hopefully this gives you some ideas. I'm going to continue to fill this up. I'll post an update video down the road once this is a little bit more logistically thought out, once I've got more of the old chest rigs and plate carriers and whatnot up here. And then we can talk a little bit more about why I've got them set up the way I do, dive into them a little bit more. But just to give you a little flavor, a little intro, and to hopefully get you thinking about how you can do a little bit better in having that logistical support necessary to deploy the weapon systems and the defensive measures that you need to protect you and your family in times of emergency. If you ended up enjoying this video, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, ring the notification bell, all that good stuff that helps the YouTube know that you're enjoying this kind of content. Hopefully this was helpful for you and your family to be prepared in case of a disaster, an emergency, or whatever may come across your path. We'll see you next time.